My name is Professor Highways, and I would like to welcome you to the Advanced Institute of Snowbird Schedules. As you probably are already aware, this is a graduate school for snowbirdology where you will take snowbirdology courses. And now we know that you've all seen the original courses by Professor Bob, and those videos were great. Now, if you haven't seen those videos, I suggest you go look at those videos first because they're very informational, and Bob always knows how to break things down. But in here, what I want to do is cover a few of those snowbird topics in just a little more detail than what he does, and maybe in some cases a lot more detail because it's going to show a lot more the actual computer screen instead of just maybe just like a screenshot of maybe a certain thing. So anyway, we're just going to cover a few of these subjects here. Now, the first course we're having here is called Course 101 is Internet Tools for Snowbird Mapping. What this does is I'm just going to go basically off of his second video in his series there, the Snowbird Schedule series that Bob did, and just talk a little more about the different maps you could use to help get you along your way. Now, actually, what I'm going to say for this course, what you really need to do is I'm just going to tell you that you need to go to these 5 videos that I've already done, and those pretty much fit in pretty well. Now, you don't have to watch all of them, or you don't have to watch them in this order, but this is just what I'm recommending. Now, the first video I'm recommending is where can you disperse camp for free? This map will show you some good places. And it's by me, Hidden Highways, Professor Hidden Highways, and you can watch this video. Now, this is good because this gives you real detailed, what I do is I go through and talk about going on the Forestry Department's webpage and really seeing it in detail. Like stuff like this where you can really zoom down and get a very detailed view of where all the different forestry roads are and how they're marked and what they're recommended as far as what you can go on, how rough they are, different levels. I mean, I get really detailed into this going on the forestry department because, see, the problem is like those DeLorme maps, they're good, but if you look at them, they're going to look something like this. This is actually Google, but those DeLorme maps is just going to show like a national forest looking like this. And I actually tried to go to this particular national forest, and I actually made a whole video on it here that you can watch as extra credit for this course here, talking where I went to this and found that I went there and it was marked as a national forest, but I couldn't actually find an actual forest road or anything, so it turned out to be a real disaster. Then I found, oh, this website that they have for the National Forest Service is actually very good and very detailed, and they have an app too that for your phone, a mobile, that's very similar too. And I kind of talk about that on here. So if you want to really know about the maps and how that works, and for that, and to really, at least for the National Forest, to really get a detailed feel of where all these different forest roads are, and if you want to make 100% sure that you don't go on private property, then this is be a good video for you. Now, as far as the next video, this is actually my most popular video that I did, called New to Van Dwelling. These maps will point you in the right direction. In this one, what I do in this, now you might actually want to watch this first if you're a big van dwelling fan, like, or a big map nerd like I am, where you can just, this whole video will give you just a really good feel for the whole US and all the different maps and how all these different maps can really get you to understand what's out there in the US, and so you just really know what the topography is and what different things are like across the country. It just gives you a good feel for that. So you might want to just watch this first, but if not, you can watch that after this one. Now, another video I did here was called Finding Stealth Camping Spots Quickly Using Google My Maps. Now, this is a good video for showing you how to search out, and mostly what the purpose of this video and what is good about it is I'm showing kind of a method we're going through and using Google My Maps to really map out the different locations you want to go. So really, you could use these same methods just to map out places in the national forest or whatever, just something like that, or any kind of spots. I mean, this was a thing where I was talking about using it to map out spots mostly in your apartment complexes, which may or may not be a good idea depending on different people's opinion. But the methods could be could be used for a lot of things. So when you're trying to map out your snowbird schedule areas, this would be a good way to do it. And now the last one I did was basically this one: choose your climate or microclimate with Wonder Map, and I'm just showing how Wonder Map is a really good tool. And maybe, if you've already gone to Wonder Map a lot, maybe you won't need this course either, but this is a really good one that shows you how Wonder Map is really good at knowing exactly what the temperature is in different parts of the country, then also being able to even go down on a very detailed scale, and then knowing actually the difference in temperatures even within a given city, or maybe just rising up in elevation a little bit. So it gives very good results for that, very detailed information. And so these are your maps these are the different videos that I would suggest that you could use to get more information about snowbird scheduling, and as far as like really using these map tools, getting really used to using these map tools to be a really good part of knowing where you want to go in the country. And so just check out these videos and see which ones you think might be interesting. Thanks.